I play guitar and I'm at the UK drum show in Liverpool. He plays the drums.
Hi.
Let's go.
So I recently went out to the UK Drum Show 2024 in Liverpool, and this is my second year going. This is my first time making a video on it. So I'm going to tell you all about the stuff that I got to see, the people that I got to talk to, and my personal thoughts on what they did this year. So we've just finished the first 15 minutes of noise. So glad I brought into my ears. Ears hurt. Wear protection. So one of the first things I was looking out for was the scan booth, which I had a friend of mine working at, which is right here. This is him, Mr. Greggles. Go and give him a follow. And he was showing off to everyone just kind of what the scan booth was doing this year. One of the really cool features they had is they had this like pedal setup that was changing between two different types of microphones, which you could just really hear the difference in this isolated sound booth. And another really cool thing that they had, which I had not seen in person, was they managed to set up Super Mario to be played through drums. And I'd seen this online on GDQ. Someone was using drums to complete Super Mario 64, which I thought was hilarious, but seeing it in person, it's a lot harder than I thought, so I've got to give credit where it's due completely. This year at the show they had an artist kit for Trey Cool there at Green Day, which gave this really nice, you know, red and almost gum stretch look to it, kind of reminded me of a tiger. Last year they showcased the drummer for Rammstein's kit, and it was probably twice, maybe 3 times the size of this, but it's not the size that counts, right? That time again. Put your ears on. One thing that I like about the UK drum show, though I'm not a drummer, is I like just walking around listening to other drummers play. I love watching some people do their thing, but I could never get my camera out in time to get the really, really cool stuff that I liked. But yeah, I saw so many people do some wicked things, and I always love seeing an artist do something that they're good at. Except that's not the Sabian stand. That was actually the Graham Russell drums stand, which is one of the UK's largest drum-only stores in the entire country. Here you can see loads of cymbals that we looked at. Also, if you want to go and check out my friend Kyle's channel, The Drum Guy, he has a video up on there where he interviews him and interviews a couple of other people on the drum show as well. Honestly, I've only ever seen real drums at either gigs, practice rooms, or at guitar shops, so I've never seen this many drums in my entire life until I come to these shows, and then I'm like, wow, there is a lot of drum companies I don't know about. After having a nice walk around for a while, we went upstairs to go and watch a very interesting drummer, Mr. Jay Posthones himself from Tesseract, and he actually had some really cool things to talk about with polyrhythms and practicing, which I quite liked hearing about, to be honest.
And try and move from one to the next one as seamlessly as I can to a consistent note length. So I'm going to say like 16th notes.
Another thing we got to see up close and personal is the Duelist booth, which had the Duelist triple pedal, which you might have seen before. But one thing they were showcasing this year, as opposed to last year, was their new single kick and double kick system, and what they call a slave kick system that they have recently released just because people have been asking for it. Again, you can see an interview about this on Kyle's channel. Now, one of the other reasons why I wanted to make it to the UK drum show was because 2 from Sleep Token was supposed to be there giving a demonstration and a talk, but he unfortunately had to drop out. So yeah, sad times for all.
I do like.
I'm putting this in just because I liked how it looked.
How this looks.
Now they also had these guys back here. They're like a silent disco type thing that you can karaoke with and play with. I also tried to win one of these things, a little MPS 10. Didn't win. Another thing that I noticed this year was more of
a focus on the electric kit. Feels like there was a lot more electronic drum kits there and a lot nicer sound libraries. The Gewer kits, I'm going to call it, were one of my favorites audio-wise, like, and the fact that they looked and felt like real drums, that was quite pleasing to me overall. There was also F-Note Pro, which I couldn't give a proper judgment over because we couldn't play it, we just had demonstrations, but also the bass in their live show was a little bit too much, so we couldn't really hear it. Then we've got some of Kyle here just playing some drums on a custom kit, and I also got a chance to have a couple of interviews with a few people which will be coming out in separate videos after this one. Other than that, in the UK drum show we just got to experience lots of noise, spoke to a good few people, we got interviews from a couple of really nice companies, met up with a few musician friends as well. Everyone that we spoke to was very, very friendly, and also no one was a dick to me about my stutter. I'm going to cut some of that out in the actual video, but yeah, everyone was very understanding and more than happy to talk to us and just spread the word of what their company or what their business or what their brand was doing. And that was a really nice thing about the UK drum show. Closing this out from a guitarist perspective, unless you're going to the UK drum show to watch plenty of artists and actually maybe buy a new few things at a discounted rate, it's probably worth only going for the one day, personally. But again, that's coming from someone who doesn't play drums, who isn't able to really go around and play the equipment. I more go for the techie side of things and just to learn about what is new and coming out into the industry. All that being said though, I had a great time and I hope that you guys get to have a good time if you ever get to go. I will see you in the next video.